Welcome to Mark's News and Updates from Engage XR. This is our 238th episode. Since 2018, we've gathered, sorted, and curated all the news we think you'd like to know from the metaverse and the spatial beyond. If you miss a show, check out our YouTube channel for past and present episodes, or come back to Engage XR tomorrow for a spatially recorded repeat here all over again every Saturday. News and Updates is produced by our founder, Mark, and our amazing volunteer news and updates support team. Please welcome Karen, Marcia, and Laurel to join me, Steph, to the news desk, your hosts for news and updates.
Yay! We made it.
Yay!
Yay! We're here. We have so much news to report to you today on world news as well as news from across the metaverse, along with a couple of funnies, and I'm sure, just a few bloopers along the way.
We know that's why you're really here each week, isn't it?
Yeah, you guys are all gluttons for our punishment, right?
Uh-oh.
Hey. We do things right most of the time. Okay, well, some of the time. Well, either way, we're here for you. So let's get to the news from around the world.
The world news. Well, that wasn't our fault. 2 world records were broken this week, and not the good kind of world records. These were planet-wide records.
July 3rd was recorded as the hottest day on the planet. Yes, the planet. According to climate and weather scientists, Monday experienced a record-breaking high for the entire planet at 17.01 degrees Celsius. That's 62.62 degrees Fahrenheit. Sounds like a nice spring day in many parts of the world, but that's an average high. The highest temperatures were recorded in North Africa at near 50 Celsius or 122 degrees Fahrenheit, off the world temperature charts. I know. Unbelievable.
The next day, July 4th, that record was broken with an average of 17.18 degrees Celsius, 62.92 Fahrenheit. According to experts, this is the highest average in over 120,000 years. Even in Antarctica, it broke records with a high of 8.7 centigrade or 47.6 Fahrenheit. That's too warm for one of the coldest places on the planet.
No kidding. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Almost 60 million people in the U.S. were exposed to dangerous heat this week, but billions across the globe, billions of people exposed. The death toll from drought and heat is climbing into the thousands, especially in areas not prepared for such temperatures. Please stay safe and find ways to stay cool.
Consider getting into VR to stay cool. It might seem illogical, but research shows that people in VR who are visiting cold, snowy worlds actually feel their body temperature drop. Not good for extreme heat conditions, but great for mild discomfort.
Just think it's all in your head. Okay, Amazon Christmas in July.
But your body reacts, right?
It
Yes,
does.
this is true. Amazon's Christmas in July, another cool thought. Prime Day deals are next week on July 11th and apply to all Amazon Prime accounts globally. Do you have your VR shopping list ready? We did a little more pre-shopping for you. Before we get to your shopping list, Prime is putting a twist on Prime Day that is confusing many. It's called Invite.
Going through your shopping list of Prime Day wishes, if you see a big yellow request invite button on this item before Prime Day, you may be able to buy the item at the sale price on Prime Day if your invite is accepted.
Now, we know this sounds confusing, and here's how it works. If you click the request invite button and you are selected, an email with a unique code to buy at the discounted price is sent to you. This gives you the opportunity to buy at the Prime sales price and before they run out of stock.
Mm.
Now, some invite price discounts might be better than the Prime Day discounts. Sale within a sale within a sale. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like a game within a game within a game. Okay. Reports say that you might be able to save more than 80% off of the market price, deeper than the Prime Day price. So we'll see.
Well, that's worth trying. Now, on to
Mhm.
your shopping list, wishes and wants. As we mentioned last week, a couple of headsets have dropped their price. And news out today is that the HP Reverb G2 VR headset is joining the sales from outside of Amazon on the HP website. We've shared that link in our News and Updates Discord. If you are looking for a specific headset, check the manufacturer's site to see if they are putting it on sale.
Now, the best savings are still on VR accessories. On the list of likely discounted gear are the battery pack add-ons, head straps, cases, cables, game handle controllers for esports, face cushions, face fans, headset and grip covers, and similar items. We're seeing discounts ahead of Prime Day from 10% to 50%, maybe even more with the new invite button feature.
That's for sure. Metaverse news. Metaverse news. Okay, Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard continues to make headlines. A recent news investigation uncovered some interesting statistics when the U.S. Federal Trade Commission exposed thousands of pages of confidential documents, poorly redacted. This allows journalists to learn more about the financial picture behind the gaming industry. Do you know how much is being spent and made on computer VR games? Here are a few numbers.
PlayStation 5 games like the Horizon Forbidden West cost $212 million over 5 years with a team of 300 developers to make.
Wow.
And then they sell for about $50.
Hmm.
The Last of Us Part 2 cost $220 million and took longer and sells for about $20 each. These are just development and production costs, the equivalent of a big budget Hollywood film.
Hmm.
You know, reports from Sony say that the Horizon Forbidden West sold 8.4 million copies. They made 32.7 million in the first year, which sounds like a great headline. But let's do the math with this, because it something's not right here. To cover their production costs alone, they'd have to sell, I don't know, we're guessing somewhere around 4.5 million games. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games to cover that cost.
No kidding. It
Mhm.
cost $212 million to make, so a guesstimate loss of about $180 million to date. At this rate, we guess it will take another 5 years to just break even. We're looking forward to more investigative news and secrets revealed from this case to help us understand where the money comes from, who gets it, and how this industry will become sustainable with billions on the line.
Yeah, and our entertainment too.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I touched something. Just a minute.
Okay.
Careful there.
Don't touch things. We
Don't
tell
touch
you all
things.
the time. Don't touch
things.
Don't touch.
All right.
Don't touch things on a
Hands
touch
off.
screen.
Hands off. Hands off, I tell you. Hands off.
Yes, the rule is don't touch stuff on a touch screen.
That's what happens. See, I'm part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook Meta continues to make headlines with their pursuit of underage children, combined with a lack of compliance with international rules, laws, and regulations.
As we reported a few weeks ago, Meta dropped the age limit down to 10-year-olds in Quest headsets, all the while promising that their new parental tools will protect vulnerable children, not just in VR, but across all their social networks. Turns out this isn't true, which is not a surprise.
That's for sure. Meta's new parental control feature is supposed to increase parents' awareness of their children's activities and improve their ability to restrict access. The UK National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children found that parents lack the technical knowledge, ability, and time to supervise their children's social media use.
We knew that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right? We knew that. Yeah. The
Mhm.
Guardian News Agency reported that a long-term investigation into Facebook Meta's failure to report and detect the use of Facebook and Instagram and others for child trafficking also uncovered how Messenger is being used as a platform, not just for traffickers to communicate and buy and sell children. You know, you wouldn't have thought that in today's world, but it also
No.
it encourages sexual predators.
Mhm. Well, with the increase in staff layoffs, especially moderators, this continues to be a concern in social media and social VR. No matter what country you're in, please contact your local representatives or agencies who handle privacy, safety, and security issues, especially for children, and show your support and demand action to raise the age limit for Meta and all social platforms, virtual or physical, please.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Kidding.
Yes.
Yeah, the serious things. In
Mhm.
bigger metaverse and technology news, that just sounded really bad. That was a bad segue, because nothing is bigger than the damage
Yeah.
to our youth.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, in technology news, China Mobile is China's largest wireless carrier with almost 1 billion subscribers. It's formed a metaverse industry alliance with some of the biggest names in China-based tech. It's created a powerhouse association. The industry alliance includes Huawei, Xiaomi, I'm going to mess this up, Xiaomi, HTC Vive, Unity China, NOLA, XReal, which doesn't matter, and other video and cloud streaming platforms. Well, they underwent Nreal became XReal, and it still confuses me. But all these different cloud streaming services and things and industry companies that are, working in the metaverse, they're all coming together into a single alliance.
Now, the alliance's objectives are to improve the state of metaverse development in China, develop stronger standards, and share resources to deepen cooperation, and share the new dividends of the digital economy. They're also supporting metaverse projects for research and development of hardware and XR content creation.
There are many industry alliances across all industries, and often these are indicators of future economic trends and interests. So a way to boost their overall market share and combine forces to take on global competition.
Now, I love this kind of news. More and more high school, colleges, and universities are embracing courses and degree programs in XR. It's really exciting. The College of Visual Performing Arts at Syracuse University, not all that far from you, Steph, in New York, attracted grant funding from Unity and Meta for a Create with VR project focused on introducing students to 3D animation and visual effects for new ways to tell stories using 3D models. The grant included 15 VR headsets and a good chunk of funding. So congratulations to them. Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool. If you hear news of similar grant programs and awards or classes about AR, VR, and XR, please let us know in our News and Updates Discord so we may showcase them right here for you.
Very good. Steam's summer sale is on with PC VR games up to 90% off. The sale lasts through July 13 with savings on Half-Life Alyx, Payday 2, Boneworks, No Man's Sky, The Elder Scrolls V, and more. A real savings is for Microsoft Flight Simulator at nearly 50% off. Check it out before time runs out.
We love our puzzle games in VR. Carbon Studio, the developers behind Cryman and Warhammer Age of Sigmar, have a new VR game packed with logic puzzles called Mindset. It features a bizarre story that takes place, they say, at the very core of your subconscious. Developed for Quest 2's use of hand tracking, it's designed to test your intelligence, dexterity, and deduction skills. It's available now on the Quest store. Check it out and let us know how it works for you.
Sounds fascinating.
Cool.
I
Sounds
know.
wonderful. Can't wait. Speaking, girls of and people, speaking of VR games, a recent editorial in the Gamer suggests the Beat Saber is the best introduction to VR gaming due to its single and multiplier action. The reporter describes Beat Saber as the perfect party piece.
Now let's explain what that means. That sounded weird.
Oh, yeah.
The perfect party piece.
Yeah. Stacy Henley reported that she took her headset over to a friend's house for the weekend to introduce them to VR. While they played some of her favorite games, the party really got started when they turned to Beat Saber. It was, and really, we know this, it was easy to use. And nothing is more fun than watching people swing their arms around and smack the air as they dance to Lady Gaga and Billie Eilish.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can see it now. Wait, I have seen it right in my own living room. Seriously, if you want to get someone into VR faster, I almost had my sister-in-law's friend convinced, but she's got a busy life and she teaches, so she's not quite ready yet. But anyway, if you want to get someone into VR faster and impress them, we join Henley in saying start with Beat Saber. It can be done sitting or standing, and it's a great way to revive a party weekend, leaving everyone laughing after some healthy exercise. And I'm using it now just for quick spurts. Like if I've been sitting at my desk, I get up and go in for 10 minutes so I can get my heart rate going. Anyway, go Beat Saber.
Yay. Yeah, my mom broke her foot, and so she did it with her foot sticking straight out. So she sat on a chair, and she was playing Beat Saber to work up her body. So I love it for your mom.
You didn't take a photo of that?
Oh, yes, I did, but I wasn't going to put it up there. No, she smacked me. No, but she was swinging around, and I was trying to, and she kept missing. She goes, I can't hit the square. And I stepped forward, and she just slammed me right hard across on the chest and knocked me over. And it was like, I think you're doing just fine, Mom.
Laurel, I have a question. Is your mom as crazy as you are?
Oh.
You knew that answer. You knew that answer.
I figured, yeah.
Come on, girls. Back to business here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Before Mark's
Mark's
on
going to
us,
get mad at us.
All right. So back to virtual hardware news. Let's try that one. Speaking of hardware, okay. How much more Apple Vision Pro news can we take?
Not more.
More? No.
Their propaganda machine is amazing.
Okay. It appears we can take plenty more. News out this week has yet to be released that the yet to be whenever to be, to be or not to be, all the to be's. Released VR headset will slowly grow to represent 10 million shipments in the 4th and 5th years. Let's remember that Quest sold over 20 million headsets in a little less time. So we're not convinced or impressed.
Not at over $3,000 a whack or even $1,500 a whack.
Yes, a lot of money. According to Canalys analysts, the Vision Pro will be a leader in the VR market after, okay, that's my emphasis, after Apple releases the lower priced version of the headset, which is sometime in 2024 or 2025. That sounds so far off with...
Or 27 or 28.
They're
hearing about this for 2 years already.
Well, the problem is they're going to be chasing their own tail because while they're waiting to get the perfect headset out, everybody else is making advancements.
Yeah.
I just heard. I heard something. All right. So here's an little addition. Rumors are flying that Samsung has put their new headset, which I'm looking forward to more than the Apple, has put their new headset on hold because out of competition from Apple. And I'm like, why bother? Samsung can pump something out faster than Apple can. So I don't know, but it's all conjecture until we have it in our hands. It's conjecture.
Let's add to the mix.
Oh, there's more?
Reported on rumors that Apple will not release a motion controller for the Vision Pro and may not support third-party controllers at all, relying only on head, hand, and eye movements. There have been recent concern about the Vision Pro would not support gaming, which leaves us wondering whether there will be enough use cases to entice early adopters. People are really putting their faith in Apple to spark VR. Let's see what the news cycle reveals about Apple's VR headset next week. Stay tuned. Watch this space.
Good
I
point.
hope y'all are with us. Are you all with us? Give us some hearts if this is you feel the same way about this Apple headset, please, because it's really frustrating that this is such a wacky thing.
Yeah, I know. Well, especially with the game controllers. I mean, that's just that's nuts. That's crazy. Well, technology that we're definitely watching includes OpenBCI's Galea VR headset that may take us further into a future we are not ready for. You thought AI was scary?
This is both exciting and frightening. CNET reported this week on the brain-connected AR/VR headset that allows the user to see brainwaves in VR and move things around using tiny movements of their facial muscles.
We're going to twitch it.
Well, the Brooklyn-based company is building research tools for non-invasive brain-computer interface technology for the mixed reality headset called Galea. It goes over the face and clips onto the ears and over the crown of the head with rubber-tipped sensors. Using EEG, EMG, and other biometric tracking technology, it measures brain, nerve, and muscle electrical activity and reacts to the sensors in the face mask on the forehead, cheeks, and also eye tracking.
Okay, I have to interject here. I'm looking at that headset. I'm not imagining this at all in my head. No way.
Wait a minute, in your head or on your head?
That goes on your head, right?
Yes.
Right.
And then the little
Think
rubber feet
alien.
stick to go through your hair to touch your
front.
top of your head. They don't go inside your head. It's not
Holy
inside
You
your
don't have to
head.
drill a hole.
Outside your
No,
head.
that's Elon Musk.
Okay. We've shared a link to this futuristic headset in our news and updates Discord. The potential for business and consumers is great, but we feel it's greater for those who are physically challenged. This is a fact. This is a fact. We think it's greater for those who are physically challenged and so excited to see how this develops, all kidding aside.
There is
Yeah,
that.
really is. Really is.
Yeah.
An article in How to Geek caught our eye this week as it took a look back at VR products that never quite lived up to the hype. We thought we'd take a quick look backwards through our news and updates archives to showcase how some devices sparked our imagination to become today's VR headsets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going way back beyond our archives, there was this little virtual boy by Nintendo. It was an early version of a VR headset called a 3D display game system. It sold less than 1 million units around the world, but it was uncomfortable, had terrible graphics with red and black colors, and well, it was messy and clunky, but it was a start.
I tried it.
Gotta give it that.
was yeah, the colors, the graphics were just awful. Just awful.
Well, and then we had Magic Leap in 2010. It caught many people's attention between its hand motion controllers released a few years earlier and its expensive AR goggles. It was expensive, had few apps, and sold only about 6,000 of its 100,000 headsets and ended up in bankruptcy. They're back today and still expensive.
Yeah. I often wonder where the rest of those headsets, if they're buried somewhere in cement.
I know. There was
Yeah,
so much
like
hype
the-
about
Yeah.
around them.
Yeah.
I know, like the Atari things. Anyway, but let's not forget Google Glass. That was a big game changer. It arrived in 2013. Boy, it just seems like that was yesterday. With huge promises to change the world. It was truly amazing, and everybody wanted one. But many were outraged at spending $1,500 for a beta testing version. every tech conference that I went to, many people were sporting their new Google Glass. Look, they loved it. Even Prince Charles, now King Charles, tested one out. Unfortunately, it was way, way far ahead of its time, and it didn't have much application.
You know, my doctor uses one of those. She's been using it for, I don't know, 2018 or something like that.
Yeah, if their software is still working, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
As we reported last week, while Google discontinued much of their work on Google Glass years ago, they ended it officially just a few weeks ago. It was so ahead of its time, we need something like this now. Maybe the Vision Pro 2.0?
Yeah.
You had to say that. You just had to say that. Oh, goodness.
Well, for many of us, these three VR headsets changed our lives.
Mm-hmm.
The Samsung Gear VR released in 2015, about the same time as the Google Cardboard, Google Daydream in 2016, and the Oculus Go 2 years later.
These low-price consumer headsets. How many of you had one? How many of you had one? Oh my goodness.
Oh, we did.
I had one of each. I was in heaven. These low-price consumer headsets brought VR literally right into the living room with our phones. Developers raced to using apps with the ability, and I will never forget it, it still comes into my dreams, to walk inside of a Vincent van Gogh painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paint your own artwork in 3D, to travel around the planet, walk among the stars in our galaxy, which is still one of my favorite memories, and watch Netflix movies. I love that in a snow-covered winter chalet. I love
Oh,
that.
I love it. Yeah, I agree. Some among us were pioneers meeting in AltspaceVR, VR time, and VR chat during this first burst of VR reality in our lives, ready to greet the new users who came in with the arrival of the Quest 1. Because of the pandemic lockdown, boy, everybody got one. Everybody, me included.
Today, we face a barrage of new headsets and devices moving us closer and closer to that Star Trek holodeck experience. Where visiting with friends won't require a headset or expensive equipment at all, as they were beamed into our living rooms as holograms. With AI, the next few years are going to be amazing. Everybody ready to ride into the future with us?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, all of this nostalgia made us wish that we could still play those Oculus Go and Gear VR games on the Quest. If you figured out how, we'd love to hear from you. There are a few guides that help Quest 1 users, but we'd love to know if any of you were successful at installing those old apps on Quest 2. Let us know in our News and Updates Discord or after the show.
Please do. Now on to AI news. From old VR games to the latest in AI technology, you gotta love it. Last week, Google updated its privacy policy, stating outright that it can use publicly available data to help train its AI models. The tech giant changed the wording of its policy over the weekend and switched AI models for language models, and announced that it could and would use publicly available information to build not just features, but full products like Google Translate, Bard, and Cloud AI.
By updating its policy, Google is letting everyone know and making it clear that anything people publicly post online could be used to train Bard or any generative AI product that Google develops.
On Wednesday, Microsoft and LinkedIn launched an AI Skills Initiative certificate program, a library of free coursework for professionals who are beginners in regards to generative AI skills and who want to learn how to apply generative AI to their work.
In addition, Microsoft will award a grant for exceptional ideas about training employees of nonprofit, social enterprise, and research and academic institutions on how to use generative AI, with proposals due in August 15th.
Not a lot of time.
Valve, the company behind Steam, has started rejecting games with generative AI content, including VR games. Valve states that that really sucks. Okay, but
Yeah.
Anyway, Valve states that developers need to demonstrate that they have the necessary copyright permissions to use the materials. As copyright law is still being challenged by AI-generated content, Valve is choosing to block everything in an ultra-conservative response.
You know, this is really bad news for
Yeah.
many apps, especially VR apps like Google Earth and Wander, and even Microsoft Flight Simulator that uses AI generated imagery to construct literally billions of photorealistic building assets and cities in real world flight simulation. They can't duplicate exactly these buildings, so they use the data to generate them through an AI because there's no physical way that a human can do this. It has to be computer generated, and they use AI to randomize to make it anyway. High on Life VR game uses Midjourney, and so do other game companies, including Epic Games, Unity, Roblox, and Ubisoft. With the power these gaming companies have, I really wonder if Valve can keep Steam going without their content. If they're going to stay hard on this or not, it's going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
It sure
Ouch.
is.
Meanwhile, copyright law includes a right to create collages without permission of the original artists. Collages are time-honored artwork and fall under the copyright fair use laws, protecting artwork that uses parts of copyrighted work in combination to create something new. It's called transformative art. It is likely that AI may fall under the fair use rules in the courts, but we shall see. It's not decided yet.
No.
Well, have any of you started exploring virtual world building with NVIDIA? NVIDIA is offering some game-changing solutions. Its CEO, Jensen Huang, will be giving the keynote at this year's SIGGRAPH conference the second week of August. He promises to discuss NVIDIA's newest technologies, research, OpenUSD developments, and the latest AI-powered solutions for content creation, including the text-to-material generative AI built on NVIDIA Picasso.
NVIDIA's online gallery for digital artists now features beautiful scenes and stories from a new perspective, created with NVIDIA's Instant Nerf, an inverse rendering tool that turns a set of static 2D images into an immersive 3D scene in minutes. You'll find it in our News You Can Use channel on Discord. The page has plenty of workflow examples, artist profiles, and how-tos if you want to give it a try.
Meanwhile, Unity's Asset Store's new AI marketplace is offering some really interesting, well-vetted and reviewed tools for world building and for gaming. So this is also complicates the whole thing. How Steam is going to, if Unity's providing it, how is Valve and Steam going to handle this? So,
right.
you know, it's complicated, man. Unity is the first marketplace for verified AI tools. I love that they're doing that. That include everything from generative AI to elevating voice actors in non-player characters, NPCs, from simple program dialogue to multimodal interactive human expression. It's a VR and game developer's dream come true. We hope. You know, we'll see what the courts do. And so we'd love to hear from you. Are you playing with AI in your world building? Would love to know.
Yes.
The in-world AI.
Oh, sorry,
mine,
Steph.
The in-world. Let me have mine. The in-world AI platform, for instance, can power unscripted dialogue, emotional intelligence, and contextual awareness to deliver a more immersive Unity gaming experience. With its easily programmable knowledge bases, AI characters can be taught anything and then deliver what they know to other learners.
In Unity, you could create different personas that allow learners to choose their trainer's personality or a teaching style that best suits them. Think of it. Physics taught by Einstein, music tutored by Bach, or how about the Beatles?
Ooh.
That might need some permissions from living humans, if not copyright holders. I think due to impersonation laws, AI is changing so much in our lives.
It's going to be hard to ask Einstein and Bach, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what a dream
Meanwhile,
come true.
Yeah.
indeed. Last but not least, in other AI news, the anything but immersive or virtual wearable that you can have in your shirt pocket, AI Pin, created by Apple's expat company Humane, has added a wait list on their website for people interested in their fascinating, screenless, seamless, sensing way to take AI with you everywhere you go. It's exciting tech and kind of frightening at the same time.
AI in your pocket, anyone? Yeah.
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 It's very exciting times to be alive. Okay, on to some world building news. Now, this premise is fascinating. Imagine walking through a long gone neighborhood near your home, seeing the streets and buildings as they appeared decades ago.
You know, my grandma always joked that the family home is now under a freeway on the ramp. Every time we go, we'd be driving down the freeway. She'd go, my house is under that on ramp. So
Oh,
imagine, though, her delight at being able to actually revisit her own home, even if it's just in VR.
Ah,
well,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
goal of researchers from Ohio State University as they worked with the famous Sanborn historical maps to recreate old communities. Sanborn historical maps were created for fire insurance companies to assess liability for fires and other damage in the 19th and 20th centuries in about 12,000 cities and towns across the United States.
the team used digitized versions of the maps to include extra details that went into their machine learning project to recreate neighborhoods lost to time as digital models. They were able to get 90% accuracy from the information on building footprints, construction materials, and more, including names of companies and businesses, and maybe even people's family names and addresses.
Wow.
That's going to change family
Oh,
history research.
that's going to
Yep.
change
Ah,
everything.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We'll be watching this technology expand as we're eager to see what it might offer for world builders and developers. The ability for historians, researchers, and students, and even just the curious to walk down the streets of our ancestors. This is so exciting.
Oh,
No
imagine
sure
a
kidding.
is.
history. It's a history class come alive. I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now,
And,
I don't.
and
Yeah.
your grandmother could take them on a tour and first point out this
Oh,
and then show them this to just show how
she
far technology
would.
has come.
Oh my God, she would have so loved that without a doubt. I do it. Okay, so I'm not sure about this next one. You know, literally from digitized streets to, oh, is that you or a doppel? These mini-me's come from what is called the photo booth of the future, printed out in 360 3D. I wonder if they also offer these as virtual versions, you know, everything but the mini-me. I don't know.
Oh, they do, Laurel. They do.
Oh, really?
With their 300,
Okay.
with their 360 image capture, Doppel, is that how you pronounce it?
Mhm.
Doppel. Doppel can create professional level 3D files with and without rigging. So far, there are Doppel stores in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles. But look for more of their mobile scanners to pop up at a mall near you or special events.
This is I don't.
Uh-huh.
You two can go in and have your body fully scanned. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, it's better than having a whole building in your hand. Uh,
Okay. Got me.
check check out Mark Savage's 3D doppelgangers video in our news and you can use Discord channel. It's a hoot.
That's a
Okay.
mouthful.
On to some more stable news here. Blender 3.6 was released last week, and many are still talking about the improvements in GeoNodes and the grease pencil feature. The pencil vertex paint mode is getting some overdue attention as it turns your line drawings and scribbles into rainbow 3D models with powerful tools for editing colors quickly and effectively. We've shared the video tutorial from Mumu Mundo on our News and Updates Discord to inspire you to play around with these new features.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
There's the slide change. Unity has launched Unity 2023.1. Tech stream with Unity 23. Let's see. Let me say it all over again. Blah, 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 blah. Unity 2023.1 text stream with HDRP and URP platform graphics enhancements and connectivity types for multiplayer solutions. That's a long sentence.
It's a tongue twister sentence.
But
Nicely
I'll
done,
tell you what,
Marcia.
I am excited about the 2023.1. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I
Well-
wish it'd get to our platform sooner, though.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, currently, few social VR platforms support URP. Altspace did, and none yet support HDRP. We live in hope that social VR platforms will catch up with the gaming industry's modeling system soon to bring us even more dynamic and realistic renderings.
The new update also includes improvements in lens flare generation, digital water techniques, including water excluder to remove water from inside a cave or a boat, water deformer, and water foam generator. A foam generator.
Guess
I
it's
like
better
that.
than bailing it yourself. It
True.
also adds the ability to add extra optional paths as to compute the thickness of transparent objects, improvements to hair and skin, ray tracing, adaptive probe volumes, global illumination, and so much more. The multiplayer play mode is exciting as it is a new feature for emulating connected multiple players for an improved simultaneous experience.
Love it. Now, on the topic of legal issues, our amazing team member, Ancient I Won't Say, found news that may impact all of us in a very unique way. Expect this to see on your near front page news from any news source over this weekend. A Saskatchewan judge in Canada says that a thumbs up emoji may amount to a contractual agreement. Yes, you heard that right. Okay.
Oh boy.
The emojis we use every day, right here, in VR. We use, and on our social media, we use it everywhere, right? The thumbs up.
Mhm.
We use it in our email. We use it every place. The fist with a thumb pointing up in the air may represent an agreement, a promise to deliver on a commitment.
Well,
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of makes sense when you think about it. Now,
Uh.
a grain buyer texted farmers. One buyer texted a picture of a contract to buy, asking for confirmation on the agreement, and the farmer responded with a thumbs up emoji. When delivery time arrived, the grains weren't delivered and crop prices had increased. While the farmer said it was an acknowledgement of the receipt of the contract, not a commitment for the sale.
Mhm.
The judge saw this differently. He ruled that the interpretation of the thumbs up emoji implied agreement to the contract as a digital signature, citing the dictionary's definition of the thumbs up emoji as used to express assent, approval, or encouragement in digital communication. So next time you thumbs up a world building project, a virtual event project, or anything else, take a moment to rethink your emoji options, okay?
Jeez.
It's crazy.
All
Seriously
right,
crazy.
folks. On to
Careful who you
some-
emoji.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to change the subject now to some Discord news. So, too hot to go outside? Discord just added Color Together, a relaxing new activity from Fun Day Games. Grab some friends and let the chill music cool you off as you paint some color together.
Doesn't
I love
quite
it.
look right to me somehow. Meanwhile, Nitro members also got early beta
Nitro.
access. Nitro? Okay. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
Oh,
Nitro
yes.
members also got early beta access to Discord's new tool for creating and sharing their own memes within the mobile app. According to Discord, it's where you share the memes, so it may as well be where you can make them too. That's a dangerous thought, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
look at that. Okay. Fun stuff, fun stuff, fun stuff. Although the thumbs up thing really was a fun thing to
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah,
that
it
was
Yeah.
too.
So, so Last week, we shared with you how VR is funny. Okay, really stupid sometimes. This
Mhm.
week,
Hmm.
we are taking on the challenge. We've taken on the challenge of funny augmented reality, and we found it.
Mhm.
AR usually consists of augmented overlays on our phones. Hopefully soon AR glasses and some mixed reality VR games, helping us find our way around on maps and chasing animated creatures, right? With the world well, okay, now wait. With the world overheating and polluting itself to death, we were due the experience of an AR app that turns trash into treasures.
Oh man, talk about upcycling or recycling or augmented recycling. Okay, getting ahead of myself here.
Uh,
What are you talking about?
Reusables is an Instagram AR filter app that you can use on your phone or table to point at food labels, and it will find a recyclable use for that outdated grocery item that goes beyond traditional usages, allowing you to get more out of your grocery shopping than you thought.
Oh.
All right, for instance, point at a ketchup bottle and it will tell you that you can use the tomato condiment to clean your jewelry or pots and pans. I mean, specifically copper and silver. Cornstarch
Mhm.
works great for cooling sunburns, and coffee is good for repelling mosquitoes.
Oh, another
I
reason to drink
I
more
didn't know
coffee.
that.
didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that either.
It goes
Oh,
it goes. I know about the ketchup, but it goes even further and it helps you identify containers that might be great to use with other food products, like the Kewpie mayonnaise. I love Kewpie mayonnaise. Kewpie mayonnaise bottles. I just anyway for decorating
Hmm.
cakes and cookies with like frosting because it has
oh
anyway it has a
yeah.
star. You can
Yeah.
squeeze it, it comes out. It's hard to get the frosting in, but you know you can figure out a way. Cut off the top. Peanut butter jars as mini planters or
Ooh.
some other bottles that are
Ooh,
ideal for bird
Mhm.
feeders. I mean, why not?
Huh.
You know?
why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, what a great idea. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
landfills, you can find multiple ways to use regular grocery products. That's really brilliant.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We think it's fun to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Open Instagram and click the plus button and select story. Check the filters and install reusables if you don't already have it. Then scan an item from the fridge or pantry and learn about all the possibilities.
I'm going
Huh.
to be scanning for days in my refrigerator. Last week, Last week, we asked you to head out to our Discord and tell us about the craziest, wackiest VR game or app that you've heard about or maybe even played. Please send them our way. We'd love to showcase them on upcoming shows. Oh, guess what? Events.
Indeed.
Events. All right.
Yeah.
It's not easy tracking all the key events in the metaverse. So help us by using share your event on our Discord channel and let everybody know.
Absolutely. Robert Vogel of UMZ and Educators in VR is hosting a series of immersive learning room experiences and Engage to learn how to simulate your curiosity, enhance your skills, stimulate your curiosity, enhance your skills, and fuel creativity in VR. The events are open for several hours most days of the week, so check them out and learn more about not only the powerful features in Engage, but the potential in VR.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. A couple of hours after the show tonight, group karaoke is here and Engage with the gangs from AltspaceVR and Big Screen Group led by Taban and Franta.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Monday, Victoria XR Academy is offering a public tour demonstrating how the company is changing the face of immersive education and learning in VR. If you haven't attended these open hour tours, take time to do so. They are offered at various times throughout the week. Victoria XR is pushing the limits of teaching and world building in VR.
They really are. Do check those out. This
Yeah.
Wednesday, Maxwell McGee is back with another engaged episode featuring leaders in the XR industry. And this week's guest is the team from RIVR. They are one of the world's leading companies for VR and AR development, specializing in photogrammetry and digital twin reproduction for immersive training experiences. They were featured a few years ago with Educators in VR with their unbelievable and really memorable firefighting and forensic training programs that truly left the audience spellbound and in awe. I've still, to this day, that's just one of the most profound experiences.
It's unforgettable.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Remember, Educators in VR and the News and Updates show are taking a break in August. We will be back about the second or third week of September. Join our Discord to stay updated.
Educators in VR produces the show, along with Mark, and the News and Updates show, and over 800 VR educational events annually. So check out all the events on the schedule at their website at educatorsinvr.com and the schedule here on Engage for more information.
There are new events, activities, and updates from across the metaverse available in our News and Updates Discord every week. Please share your events and news you find around social VR and the metaverse with us on your Share Your Event news channel.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. This was really fun. You know, we film this show here in our studio live on Fridays, and we repeat it with a spatial recording every Saturday. We love keeping you updated on what is happening in the metaverse.
Right after the show ends, we will be continuing on with an open discussion with our audience, captured on film for our YouTube audience, but not in our spatial recording. So please hang around and help us discuss this latest news.
Please join our News and Updates Discord to keep up with news announcements we make throughout the week, and subscribe to our News and Updates YouTube channel. We are working on getting our live stream working again soon, so stay tuned.
You know, our news comes from news sources all over the world. We are so grateful for their excellent reporting. Join us and thank you just a few of them, and visit Mixed News, Forbes, Road to VR, TechCrunch, Ryan Schultz, Wired, Verge, The Guardian, CNN, Level 80, Business Insider, Business Nation, Upload VR, Scout VR, Financial Times, and so many more.
We are blessed. Not many event groups have the amazing community that we do. Thank you for supporting News and Updates by joining us here at Engage, and especially by volunteering. During our hiatus, we are planning to make changes here in the studio and to the show itself in preparation for the fall. If you'd like to join us, talk to our team. We'd love to have you on board.
Indeed. We love our volunteers and our community. You're the reason we do this every week. And please remember, you are not alone. Stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these uncertain times, please, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yeah!
Yay!
Yay!
We did a thing!
Oh!
Yay! All right. So spatial recorders, you can stop. The video recording will continue on. And actually, I could stand back there. I don't have to come up here. I'm stand up here with you guys.
Oh, but you know
Okay.
you're closer to the audience, Laurel. They can see you better.
Yeah, I'm not worried about being seen.
Okay.
So you have the ability to view yourself, and so we just have just a few minutes. We want to open up to the audience, and I would love if I could choose a topic to start out with. If there is something of importance you want to talk about in the news, please just go for it. But I would love to hear from y'all about your memories of your first headsets, and how you've seen the technology improve in just the last 10 years or so, a little less than that, 6, 8, 10 years. So you can just unmute and shout out. Anyone? George.
Oh, yeah, about Robert Vogel's interactive room. I've tried to go many times and it never loads.
It's probably a bandwidth issue. I was just in there just an hour ago. Yeah, it's probably just bandwidth. But I can't help you. You have to talk to him.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Well, if someone bumps into him, please ask.
He was just in here
I can't-
earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
earlier. Is it possible to send messages? Like here, can we send someone a message? Like, could I send him a private message?
You can in Discord. You can't here.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
one
No,
thing's
I meant
missing.
here, like.
They're developing a
Mhm.
messaging
Yeah.
system. They don't have it yet
Oh, good.
because, yeah, at least I've been told it's on their roadmap. But you can
Oh,
send him a message in
good.
Discord. He's in Educators in VR Discord.
Huh.
hmm Anyone else? Pablo? Nope. Okay, you unmuted. I
Nope.
just wanted to make sure. So, Karen, what was your first headset?
You know, it kind of doesn't count, but it was the Google Cardboard because I've been reading about VR
too.
and so one
Yeah.
night I used it one night because I was helping take care of my parents at that time. But one night I stayed up till like 12:30 and I was totally blown away. And then but the real headset I got was the Oculus Go. And you know, when I bought it, I
remember.
thought, well, I read an article that said, you know, at the very least, you can use it to watch movies. So I thought, I don't know about all the other VR stuff, and I'm not a gamer. So I thought, well, I could watch movies. Well, I just fell in love with it. And then, you know, you've heard the story before.
Mhm.
I stumbled my way into Altspace and, you know, became a big part of the community there. But yeah, I love that Oculus Go. There were some awesome apps on there that I guess I didn't appreciate at the time because when I got the Quest 1, you know, afterwards, which I bought because in Altspace, everybody was raving about the Quest. And of course,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
once I got it, I saw the difference. But the apps they had and for that Oculus Go, they had so many apps and they were,
They were
a lot of them
wonderful.
were really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I miss them. A lot of them are not around anymore, and I really miss them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I wish they'd
you know,
upgrade them for
Oh,
stuff.
I would love to. The one of the greatest. I was over visiting my former neighbor. He's moved somewhere else now. Who he invented and created the batteries that went into outer space, which is a very he's a electrical engineer. He spent like 40 or 50 years just doing amazing engineering work for NASA and for aircraft and whatnot, for really specializing in high altitude, freezing temperatures, etc., with these just incredible batteries. And so he's a genius, okay? And I was over there for some reason, and the mail came in, and there was a padded package, and they opened it up, and it was he got the New York Times, and they were giving away free Google Cardboard that was all branded with a New York Times thing on it. And I was on that thing so fast because I already had the Samsung Gear. I had already played with VR for years. And he goes, "Oh, this is garbage." And he went to throw it away, and I fished it out.
No.
And I opened it up. I slapped my phone in it because I had the VR app on for the Gear. I slapped my phone in it, and I made him put it on. And he said his world literally tilted. And I don't mean physically, mentally. He said, he still talks about that moment when he saw the VR through the you know, I put him in one of the STAR programs, so he's in outer space. When he saw that, he just said, "All my life, I have dreamed of walking among the stars, and I just got to." And it was like,
yeah.
yeah, 80-year-old man just so excited about it.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That was that was why I got into, because I used to love to dream about flying. And you know, we only could dream about it. But then when I got into VR, it was like, oh my God, I can fly. I can really fly.
Yeah, I love it. How about the rest of you? Anyone want to share a quick story before we close this down?
Anyone?
Yeah.
All right.
They're
well,
shy today.
They're shy today.
Yeah.
All right. We want to
I
thank
don't know about
everyone.
that.
What, Mark?
I don't know about that.
Hey, Mark.
Hello.
You want to share?
Hey,
You want to
Mark.
share your story?
So my first headset was the Samsung Gear. I love that headset, even though you know, having it was not very good on the phone, but it was the phone heated up like it was like putting an oven on your face.
Oh, yeah.
I did the frozen peas. I did the
Well,
frozen peas.
I did do your trick. I didn't feel
Yes, the
feel
frozen
comfortable
peas.
in putting a bag of frozen peas on my face.
Yes.
I didn't
Oh,
feel comfortable in doing that. So yeah, no, I just bared with the heat. And the first app I tried was AltspaceVR.
Wow.
That was the first
Did you?
app that I downloaded. That was the first social VR app that I went into. Of course, I then tried others, VTime. No, get on going back to Altspace.
Yeah. Feed time was just freaked me out.
Yeah. You're sitting in a circle, so it's like
Yeah,
I
it
can't
felt
move.
it was like it was too intimate. Now, I think that was
Yeah.
my thing. It felt like I was like in people's faces, and I just wanted to sit and listen. I
Yeah.
didn't want to be in people's
Yeah.
faces. And all space I could go, yeah, I'm over here. Yeah, I'm over here. I'm good over here. Is that how you
Well,
felt, Mark?
they could have made it a good scene. They could have put a dining table and they just sat around. So right, here's my meat and potatoes. Right, let's talk.
I mean,
That would have been
thing is,
okay.
they
I would
weren't
have handled that.
Funny.
okay, they weren't perfect, but the thing is, we loved them because we knew exactly where they were going to take us in time.
Yes.
What they showed us was possible.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
You got to hand it to the first things that you first lay your hands on and fall in love with. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it
That's
wouldn't happen
true.
without.
Mhm.
Mark, you
know-
still have yours?
Yes, it's in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah, I have both versions, the
Collecting
two
dust.
versions of the gear. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mark,
Lots
Well,
of dust.
I got the second.
You got the second one?
version.
Yeah, I had
because
both of them.
I think I remember that one came with the controller.
Mhm.
Mark,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was much easier to use.
what
Yeah.
headset did you have, Mark, when you started way back in I think 2018 when you started news and updates?
Rift, wasn't it?
The Rift?
No, I had the first.
No, you had the Go.
No,
The
I
Go.
didn't.
No, no. What was
So,
it? You were
first
one-handed.
headset- The first headset I bought was the Samsung Gear. The second headset I bought was Microsoft
Oh.
Windows Reality headset, which was
Odyssey.
the
Me too.
Dell Visor.
Oh, the Dell one. Oh my
The
goodness.
Dell. That was my first Windows
Wow.
Mixed Reality headset.
Oh,
And then
wow.
of course, then that stopped
Yeah.
starting up. Didn't do anything. Just stopped. Nothing on screens. So I bought the first generation of the HP headset.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I went on to the Go.
Oh.
Then I went on to the Quest. Then I got the Quest 2. Then I got the Rift S.
Now,
Now I
which
got
one
the
are you gonna
HP
get?
Reverb. I got the HP Reverb.
See,
Q2.
Reverb. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that on the menu, Mark. How do you like that headset?
I love it. I mean, for a free headset, I can't complain.
Okay, well,
So,
tell them where you got it.
so, when was it?
2020. No, 2021.
Yeah, so this was during the Educators in VR's Universal Experience events. And it was held here in Engage for the closing event. And it was just in a room with full of chairs with a number underneath your chair. So I just thought, okay, I'll just sit down, I'll just sit here. One person stood up, one number came up, no one sitting in a chair. Second one was Mitch B, who was in the room, but seems
Yeah,
to
he
have
was
gone.
here. Yeah, he had to go to work.
Which is, I actually remember that one because it made me laugh. It was because the name of the avatar was Mitch, but a woman's voice came out of the headset.
Yes, it was his wife.
So of course, then I can't remember if it was Daniel or Chris. So it's like, it's down to you to decide who's going to get the headset.
Mhm.
And then another number came up, and then no one was sitting in a chair, and then of course I was like, my ears were on Discord, I wasn't really paying attention, and then suddenly Chris came up to me. I was like, "What? What do you want?" "It's you." And I hear Laurel shouting in my
Yes.
ear.
Yes.
Well, actually, it was surround sound because I had her in my ear
Yeah.
in Discord. I had her in my
Oh,
ear
I had
on
muted.
in Engage. She unmuted herself in Engage. It was
Normal
like,
state of affairs.
it wasn't just, "Mark, it's you, it's you." It just screamed, just like, "Oh my God, my bloody ears." So I thought, I sort of looked down, saw that it was my number, got on the stage. Yeah, "No, it's me." And Daniel sort of said, "Oh, is that Mark from News and Updates?" And I just hear the way I just said, "Yes." Down, I was like, still unmuted in Discord, still and unmuted in Engage.
Yes.
So I'm
Oh,
surprised I
Nancy.
haven't gone deaf.
Oh, wow.
It
Which,
was awesome. We were all of us, our whole team was so excited.
So
we were
happy
like,
for
we
him.
didn't care if he said anything. We were happier than he could ever possibly be. It was wonderful.
I was happy because I never won
Yeah.
anything. You know, I won
Oh,
40. I won £40 on the national lottery. You know, about it. But for
Something.
£600 $600 headset, can't
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah,
kidding.
Can't
that was
complain.
so cool. That was so cool.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, do we have permission to wrap
memories.
this
You know what?
sucker up?
You know what, Laurel? My thought was when I first came into VR, and I came into big screen first, and then came into AltsSpace, and of course fell in love, and I could fly. But I also realized when you look at everybody's worlds, and you like Darren's and all this, and you look at all their worlds, you actually see. Wait a minute, I have to shut this off. That's not my phone. Okay, that was my iPad. So anyway,
Oh.
I come into these worlds and you look at all these beautiful worlds and you're looking into people's dreams. You're looking into their minds. I mean, you actually get inside somebody to see exactly what they're thinking because they have to think it before they can create it. And when you start seeing some of these minds, like Darren's worlds, my goodness, oh my
Oh,
goodness. And
yeah.
I'm thinking, my goodness,
No
that
kidding.
guy's mind has got to be way out there.
It is out there. Yes, it's really. Yeah, what we've done here is amazing.
That's what I
Yeah.
really loved about VR in AltsSpace. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, y'all. We'll have more stories to share. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you, Dave and Ancient and everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to shut down the video for YouTube. And we will see you all tomorrow and next week. We have more great news. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.
You can put your paws back on now, Rich.
Yay!